Welcome back to our channel's Movie Corner. Today, we're diving deep into the eerie daylight horror of Ari Aster's film, Midsommar. Journey with us into a seemingly idyllic Swedish festival that quickly takes a turn into the realm of the unsettling and bizarre. Drawing on themes of grief, relationships, and cultural dissonance, Midsommar is not your typical horror fare. With its bright landscapes contrasted against dark human experiences, this film begs the question, can the horrors we face in broad daylight be more terrifying than those lurking in the shadows? Join us as we dissect the symbolism, performances, and haunting cinematography of this unique horror masterpiece. Let's unravel the mysteries of the Midsun together. Midsommar opens with a harrowing portrait of grief centered on Dani, a young woman suddenly left alone in the world. The film immediately immerses viewers in tragedy when Dani learns of the unthinkable. Her sister Terry has orchestrated a murder-suicide, employing carbon monoxide to end the lives of their parents and herself. This heart-wrenching beginning masterfully sets the emotional landscape for the entirety of the film. Consequently, she distances herself from her boyfriend Christian, though she deeply needs him. Florence Pugh plays the role of Dani, with Jack Reiner as her boyfriend, Christian. One day, a fellow student of Dani's, Pelle, invites her and some other university friends on a leisure trip to northern Sweden. Through Pelle, the group gets introduced to a secluded commune-like cult whose members call themselves the Harga. At first glance, everything seems fine. People in white robes studying runes, everything bright and pure. The beliefs of the Harga should have been a red flag to the students. However, the students don't probe much. They settle in the commune, enjoying the provided meals and drinks. But then, Pelle invites them to partake in a ceremony dedicated to the summer solstice. Along with the Harga members, they proceed to a large cliff and witness a devastating picture. Two commune elders exclaiming, "Valhalla!" before jumping off. The woman who jumps first dies instantly, while the man is injured, only to be finished off by several commune members. Dani and the others are horrified by what unfolds, but a commune elder explains to the shocked students that this ritual is essential. The commune residents believe in the cycle of life, insisting that the elderly must give life back to the young. Dani is not satisfied with such an explanation. Moreover, the suicide of one of the Harga elders deeply affected her already fragile mental state. Meanwhile, Christian was so impressed that he decided to write his thesis on the strange commune's life. Another student, Josh, had already started working on the same topic, but Christian was unconcerned. The elders permit the guests to gather information, provided they don't disclose names or specifics. Driven by his thesis ambition, Josh, against the Harga elders' prohibition, sneaks into the temple at night to retrieve a book of runes. He becomes the first victim of the Harga community. As the plot unfolds, the number of victims continues to rise. However, Dani, crowned as the May Queen, and the other students, intoxicated by hallucinogenic drinks, increasingly turn a blind eye. The midsummer celebration continued. At one point, it required 9 sacrifices for the sun. 8 of the sacrifices were to be outsiders and Harga residents, while the May Queen Dani had to select the 9th. She had to choose between Christian and a random local. Recalling past grievances, Dani made her choice. The essence of the movie Midsommar revolves not so much around a conflict of cultures, but of belief and disbelief. The central theme highlights that a non-believer is always alone, whereas a believer can find unity with other believers. The main characters, a group of American students, represent various facets of the contemporary, non-believing world. For instance, Josh epitomizes science. Even when he witnesses brutal ritualistic murders, he isn't shocked because he only sees potential material for his thesis. He disregards the rules, violates taboos, and pays the price for it. Mark embodies an individual driven by sheer hedonism. He too commits a sin by urinating on the ancestral tree. Desecrating the grave seals his doom. Dani and Christian are pure archetypes of the feminine and masculine. Dani exemplifies a person deeply connected to emotions, which is why she studies psychology and sees a therapist. The scream emanating from her at the beginning of the film is echoed at the end, symbolizing a person who's lost their sanity. This very trait allows her to be crowned the May Queen. Christian also represents the crisis of Christianity. On one hand, he seems to embody compassion, but on the other, it resembles more cowardice. His compromising nature eventually leads him to a tragic end. In Midsommar, 2 themes collide: family and cult. In both contexts, the family demonstrates a complete inability to console. The repressive mechanisms of the cult, in contrast, unify its members. Let's look into some interesting facts about the movie. In the movie, William Jackson Harper was the sole actor from America. Although Jack Reiner was born in Colorado, He is of Irish descent. Florence Pugh and Will Poulter are both English. The rest of the cast hailed from Sweden, Britain, or Hungary. The Harga, depicted as a cult in the movie, is purely a work of fiction and doesn't exist in reality. However, various rituals showcased in Midsommar have roots in genuine rituals and legends from Nordic nations. Notably, the Midsommar event portrayed in the film draws inspiration from the authentic Midsummer Festival, an annual celebration in Sweden. Despite the film being bathed in almost continuous daylight, emphasizing the sun's pivotal atmospheric influence, the cinematography intriguingly avoids any direct shots of the sun itself. There's a wry, dark humor tucked within the movie. Jack Rayner's character is named Christian. So, in a twisted play on words, the pagans sacrificed the Christian. In a haunting Easter egg within the film, as Danny is hoisted onto the pedestal and led to the dinner table, a discerning viewer might spot the visage of Danny's sister, imprinted amidst the trees. Chillingly, the exhaust tube she used for her suicide is also discernible. This subtle detail adds another layer of eerie depth to the movie's visuals and narrative. Yes, the decision to leave Harga's Swedish dialogue without subtitles is a deliberate cinematic choice. By doing so, the filmmaker immerses the audience in the same sense of isolation and confusion felt by the main characters, enhancing the movie's unsettling atmosphere and making viewers experience the disorientation firsthand. It's a powerful tool in storytelling, ensuring that the audience is emotionally and mentally aligned with the protagonist's journey. Thanks for watching. Do share your thoughts on Midsommar in the comments below, and if you found this review insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into cinematic narratives.